That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's about that time, live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Today is July 26th. Bitcoin is treading water right below 2,500. It's got a big drop coming on pretty soon. And we got a nice little lineup. You know, one of the things I get asked all the time from Forex people, stock investors, stock market players is, can you cover, one of our stocks, right? So that's what we go do today. We're going to get in that a little bit. But first of all, if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. Why don't you go ahead and do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, because you're going to see every day somebody gets paid live on the air. We got 1,200 new subscribers this week. We got 750 new members on our Facebook group, the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. But before we get to that, we need to get somebody paid. And you guys know every day is Thanksgiving on my channel, because every day we eat, we break bread. And so today's question of the day, we are covering Amazon stock. And right now, Amazon is at an all-time high. It's at $1,052 as we speak. New record. So what I said is, give me the price you think Amazon will get to before it starts to fall back down. That's all you got to do. Every month I give away about $100, $200 out my pocket, break it down every day. I give away a little bit, cash money to somebody random in the chat. So I just want to make sure you guys get engaged. If you want to win next time, again, turn your notifications on, get here a little bit early, just check in, holla at me in the chat, and you will get your shot. But until then, we need to pick a winner. So let's see, who's it gonna be? Bam! Right here, my man, Gary Bentley. Threw it up top, says 1656. Big Gary, big dog Gary, 1656. That's high, dog. That's about 60% of what it is right now. Anything is possible with this stock market. So I really wouldn't put it past them. The stock market is very, very, very inflated, and we will see that in the chart. So Gary, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm a screenshot. I just took a screenshot of your picture. I've just put a link up in our Facebook group. It's called the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. You go to that group right now. In fact, I'll do it with you. We'll go to this group, and I am going to throw your picture in on this link right now. What you do, you comment on this link. You say, hey, that's me, that's me. And then someone will like that, and I will be able to get your wallet and send you a few bucks over in Bitcoin. I appreciate your support, Gary. People like you make this fun to do. So thanks for getting here early. Thanks for being engaged. And as a reward, you just got paid. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's make this money, right? Like I just said, Amazon could very well be at an all-time high right now, could very well go about 60% higher, just like Gary put it. But at the heart of the matter, they will be around a long time. And this is why they're actually a very, very influential company for the cryptocurrency community. Amazon is leading the charge in robot automation. This is what we'll talk about in a little bit. But if you don't know, one of Amazon's strengths is not the fact that they have an online store and that they got low prices and they got Amazon Prime and all these different vendors, and then you can sell on there and affiliate accounts. That's all icing on the cake. What Amazon does better than anybody else is supply chain. It's logistics. It's moving units around. It's what UPS does. It's what Walmart does. It's all the work behind the scenes that makes the front end possible. Amazon does it better than anybody else. And just so you know, some of this knowledge, I was walking my dog earlier today, and this idea came to me while I was walking my dog because I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about business, and I got this nice little degree on my wall from Notre Dame, an MBA from Notre Dame, and all we did for about 2.5, 3 years is talk business, and I learned from some of the brightest minds in the world, some of the most influential and prominent business leaders in the world firsthand what it takes to grow a business. So I'm speaking on knowledge denounced to the inside of these companies. So I understand how Amazon works. I understand what its strengths are. I understand what its core competencies are. And also I understand how that will in turn affect Bitcoin. And this is how it's going to happen. Amazon employs a bunch of robots, and it's going to be a point in time in the future when robots have to get paid. And that's right. You see it right there on the screen. Bitcoin accepted here. So it's my long range idea that Amazon soon will become the largest company of Bitcoin paid employees. Mark my words right now. And again, if this is your first time tuning in, this is what we do every day. We talk charts, we make some money, we learn something, and we have some fun. Every day somebody getting paid, and every day we hitting the charts. You can see right now just the market overall. Quick snapshot. Bitcoin is still very much underwater. This thing has been hit, and it's been hit hard this week. We're talking about we're down 7-8% off the top. We hit 28. We high-fived 2,800, and then we smacked our face right against 25. We won't be done for quite some time. So this is not the time to buy and hold. You will lose a lot of money. I made a video a few days ago, said sell Bitcoin. It was $2,900 when I made that video. If you did that, you would be up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% on that swing in itself. So what I'm looking at right now is for other people to make other opportunities elsewhere in the market. If you do play in the stock market, you might want to pay attention. It will be new people that see this video. Amazon, again, is the #1 stock in the world. And one of the reasons I did this is just to show you guys that these charting techniques are not limited to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Digibyte. They work for everything. And it is patent pending. So please don't copy it, or you will be hearing from my lawyer. But essentially, your boy made a fractal-based harmonic forecasting method that nobody else in the world can replicate or can use. I can use it on this channel. I give it away with my choosing. So do not duplicate, do not replicate, and do not copy without my express permission. Thank you. Keep it moving. Here we go. Amazon chart. This is tradingview.com 343-minute chart, right? You already know the deal. If this is your first time tuning in, I have a playlist right there in the description. It's called, you click that link, How to Chart Like a Boss, and I will walk you through step by step how to get your screen looking just like mine right now. But until then, we're going to walk through this chart. Again, the trading averages that we use are a 7, a 21, and a 77. And I will show you right now why I think Amazon is in for some action coming up pretty soon, right? So this is a very long chart. I wanted to get as much information as possible that I could about Amazon. And in order to do that, I went to a 343-minute candle, and I took my trend line all the way from January of 2015 all the way up to the breakdown right there, right around New Year's Day 2015. So that's almost, wow, that's almost an entire year to the day. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty amazing. That just shows you these markets are highly cyclical. The stock market is highly cyclical because it's regulated, it's controlled, it's manipulated. Other reasons other than what we will discuss right now, right? So at the end of the day, this green line is our trend line, right? That is a year-long trend line for Amazon. And, it basically gives you 365 days what you expect to get. But what we see, and I just want you to look at the green lines right now. Don't worry about the blue lines. What we see is we take that line, right? We get in there, and the top node is green below the orange, right? The bottom node is green above the orange. So green above, green below. We get one complete cycle. Copy and paste that, bring it down here, and drop it right there. Green above the red, right before it breaks out. That's essentially a momentum shift, right? We do the same thing over here, or we're waiting on it now. So what we have, we don't necessarily need that one. I'll just fade this one out a little bit because we don't need it right now. But what we have are two trend lines to basically show us the channel that Amazon ran in for a while, where it came from, and where it's going. So you can see it ran for a while, a solid year, went up, breakdown, bam. But it hit this, ran there. Almost another solid year, went up, broke down, bam, right? So what do we think is going to happen now? Well, if we learn anything from history, we know it's going to go up, go up, go up. But I think there's a catch. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that full year like we did for, for a while. And this is why. If you look at the blue lines, what do the blue lines show us? The blue line more or less shows us our consolidation channel. So this is more or less where Amazon sits sideways, where the market recovers, thinks, tries to figure out what it wants to do again, and then does another action. And the way I got this line right here is, first of all, I was inside this channel, right? I was inside the green channel. I was living in the green channel. And I said, okay, I need to figure out as much information about this area as I can. Well, the easiest way to do that is, I noticed that the orange did a little hump right there. So let me take the intersection right before the hump, right? That intersection right there, green below red, and let me take the intersection that broke out after the hump, green above red. And again, this is called harmonic forecasting. It's not practical by many traders, but it does work. The charts have all the information you will ever need. All you need to know how to do is ask the right question. So this is how we ask the right question. We take intersections and we copy and paste them amongst other areas, prominent areas in the chart. And they speak to us. They tell us exactly what's going on. What this blue line tells us is that Amazon swims in channels. And once it breaks out, it runs. You see that? So even right here, right? Even right there, it consolidated against that blue line, broke out, broke down, bounced, broke out, and then started consolidating again. It slowed down actually right there, broke down, broke out, and you can even put, again, this is one candle range. So, for example, you can go in, we could jump in if we wanted and jump on a 21-minute chart, and we could really get the nitty gritty and figure out where these main intersections come into play at. But I'm not doing that. This again is just a high level 343-minute candle. But the beautiful thing about the different candle sets that we work with is that they still talk to each other. So when we jump from the 343 down to the 21, you can see right there, our trend lines still hold. They might not point to the exact intersection that we narrowed it down to, but for the most part, the data still respects it. See, like even right there, when that green and that red line broke below that green, it broke. That green line was created on a 343-minute chart. I didn't even see that data up there, but I just, when we put the lines there, the data still honors it. The candles still honor it. So this is what we see about Amazon. It's going up, breaks down, goes up, breaks down, goes up. What's going to happen? It must come down. But in addition to that, there's one more data set I wanted to show you. And this is the most prominent piece of information about Amazon. This one goes back to July of 2010, right? And we take almost another complete year, another 6 months, right? no, almost a little bit more than a year. So we connect those 2 points in time and we just extend this trend line all the way out. And look at how Amazon honors it. We get a local breakdown right there. We get one of the key points we took already right there. And remember what I told you? Look out for the place where floors become ceilings and ceilings become floors. So right there with that parabola, we almost have a node reversal. We went from this thing being a ceiling, right? Hit it, broke down, hit it, broke down, break out, and now it's above it, to essentially it being a floor. And so now we know that the white line is our floor of Amazon. But that's not all that we know. From this information, we can look at certain things, right? So one of the things I wanted to show you guys is that we can infer how much the drops will be. If you notice, when I made these lines, I just went for the area of the most consolidation. So for example, down here, you know, in that range, that area by far had the most consolidation. There is another area right above it, but again, that's probably on the 21-minute chart. That probably lines up on the 21-minute chart. That doesn't fall on the 343, so that's why I didn't worry about it. That's another area of consolidation, another area, etc. But what we can see is that even with these areas, there is a natural agreement with the spacing in between it. So for example, this right here, the distance between high and low, 28%. You copy and paste that, throw that up top. The distance right there, again, it's a little off, roughly about 22. This one is a little bit bigger because they were actually running. This was like a big parabola shift consolidation, but I guarantee you the one above it is probably closer to 28. So this one was running. It was still close to about 22, 25%. This one above it is probably right there, back where we were at before. 25%. So you can see that these things are consistent. They are literally talking to each other. And also, the triangles between the intersections are talking to each other. So let's see what happens when we take a triangle that connects those points of intersections and follow it up the chart. Just copy and paste it, and you can see you almost get exactly where Amazon was supposed to break down. It didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? And the reason I think it didn't do it, I'm just trying to line this thing up exactly so it actually works. Because you can see if we had that breakdown there, bam, you know, we were supposed to break down right here, according to the Elliott wave theory, right? But that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. So what I think is happening right now is I think we may be running hot. And what do I mean by that? I think Amazon is more or less vertically consolidating inside of itself, because once you start stacking these triangles, you can see the exact same consolidation pattern forming, to where essentially we are stacking up to fall down. And why do I say that? How do I know that? I know that because once we do this, we can either do the triangles like that, or we could stack them up like this. One, and let's do another one. One. Right? Yeah, that's perfect. So this gives us, when we stack our triangles like that, that more or less gives us our back channel, and look, you could see even this green line that I threw in on the smaller chart, we copied and pasted it. That's why it lined up perfectly, because it's more or less a support line, but it was on a smaller candle. I didn't even have that when we first started this video on this channel. It was just on low points and high points. But when we throw it back like that, we more or less get the top of the curve that Amazon is falling over. And this is what it looks like. And it's going to start to come down. Why do I say that? How do I know that? I know that in addition, because once we throw a vertical line right here, this is my prediction point for Amazon. Because essentially what we have here is the last possible triangle. It's not perfect, you know, so it might be, you know, plus or minus 2 days each side. I'm just trying to see again. The last possible day, the widest that triangle gets, that's where I'm putting that line. In addition to that, I drop this line right here and say that the highest point on that triangle of that width is going to be a GRP, global reversal point. Through these two lines, just like I told you, Bitcoin was turning over. Amazon is turning over as well. But when it turns over, it will use this white line as a new floor. So it will bounce from here on out on the white line until it begins to step down and cascade through the blue channels. Just like that. And that's the future of Amazon. So how does that correlate to Bitcoin? You know, essentially, you know, one of the other things I like to do is, you know, I told you a long time ago, you can think of the Bitcoin market as a beating heart. When one side relaxes, the other side is constricting, right? One side constricts, the other side relaxes. So right now, Amazon is at an all-time high. This thing has been running for 3 years, longer than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is in some turbulent waters right now. So what does that mean? Once these charts tell Amazon, like, okay, it's time to take a break, same thing is going to happen to it that happened to Ethereum. It's going to be getting pulled down from the inside out, from the top down. And this is the exact same thing that's happening to Bitcoin right now. It's literally getting pulled down from the top. And one of the last things I wanted to show you guys, that if this does indeed fulfill, and not if, but more or less when, then we will have a huge head and shoulders pattern between the different triangles, to where, and this is what I saw with Bitcoin. This is what I saw this with Bitcoin probably, you know, a month ago. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want people to say like, oh, Brandon, you crashed the market. You know, you saw the charts and you crashed the market. You know, like, come on. But what we have right here will look like this, where head, and then this last little piece over here is going to be our shoulder. And that will bring Amazon down, which will in turn cause it to step down in these channels. This timing, this scale may not be absolutely correct, but it is generally accurate. What I found in these charts, when you get channels like that line up, then it's hard. It's really hard to mess it up. So that's what I wanted to show you with Amazon. This charting method works. It again, this is patented intellectual property, so do not copy it only unless you talk to me first. If you are a YouTube personality, please do not copy this. You do not want to hear from my lawyer. He is not a very nice person. I put this out free to the world for everybody to use, so do not try to copy it and profit from it, because that in itself will be a crime. And that's Amazon in a nutshell. You know, I think again, if we look at this from a bigger picture, how does this affect the Bitcoin market? This affects Bitcoin because if Amazon goes down, they cannot put the investment into humans. Humans are the most expensive part of business. Human payroll. Wages are sticky. That's one of the big rules we learned in business class, macroeconomics. Wages are sticky. People only save 10% of their money. I never agreed with any of it, but more or less, when times get hard, people get fired. This guy right here, you know, they used to have a whole warehouse full of guys like that. Now they got these robots, right? This is a article. I included a link in the description. Talked about Amazon is about to open 8,000 square foot facility in South Florida, where they'll have mostly robots working. This is something off of this website where they talk about Amazon as the largest company staffing automation specialists, right? That's what they call them, robots, basically taking your job, coming to an employment line near you, right? $35,000 is what these things run for right now. And Amazon has a fleet of, where do they say? I think they said 80,000, but this is the part, you know, that I saw the biggest thing. Across the economy, almost 25 million jobs will be lost to automation in the next 10 years, while new technology will create 15 million jobs, according to the research firm Forrester. Now, does that say that these 15 million jobs will be staffed by oxygen breathing humans that look like that? It does not. I think what it is beginning to imply is that there will be 15 million automated positions ultimately that are employed and filled by people looking like that. And if that is indeed the case, 10 years from now, Bitcoin will be through the roof. Because if robots are getting paid and they're getting paid in Bitcoin, they definitely won't be working for no USD. I can tell you that right now. But then now is the time to get in on the ground floor and to get in early. And again, that's long term. That's 10 years, guys. That's a decade. So generally speaking, so as a trader right now, I say do not buy Bitcoin. But as an investor, I say yes, buy Bitcoin and wait. But you guys know I don't invest. I trade. I maximize my profit. I flip my money. And with that being said, I'm gonna need to show my people in the chat some love. You know, that's all I got for you guys. You know, it's a little bit of a refresher on just the charting metrics, charting tools, and I wanted to correlate it to the stock market, because there's a lot of guys on Wall Street that don't think, you know, this chart method I'm using is really accurate, or it even works, or you can even understand the universal consciousness of the stock market through candles. Well, actually, your boy can, and that's what I do. That's what I prove every day. That's why we got 400 people live on the air listening to the words coming out my mouth, because the candles talk and I listen. So with that being said, if you in the chat right now, do me a favor, shout your country out. I need to show y'all some love. Before I get off of here, I'm going to just invite you one more time. If this is your first time tuning in, what did I tell you? You are now rocking with the best. You know what I'm saying? I do this every day. I live in these charts. And because of that, you know, I got a whole army of chart followers rocking out with me, 5,400 people. And every day, 24/7, no matter where you at in the world, there's somebody on this chat talking about the charts right now. People talking about Litecoin, you know, Trezor, talking about wallets, taking their money off the exchanges right before SegWit, you know, so every day, you know, I get compliments, I get thank yous. You know, one of the biggest things I just try to do is provide a forum that is open, a forum that is secure, and most of all, a forum that empowers. So when you come into this group, just know we got a few rules. We are a community. Be supportive, be positive, be helpful, or be booted. If you need help, ask. and be empowered. Know that we're here to make money and we're here to help each other. Again, the doors are always open. It's called the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. It's completely free. You don't have to pay $9.99 for a Udemy class. You don't have to, tweet me on Telegram and, get a secret password after you buy this, package that I got. No, it's free. I try to connect people. I try to empower people. And because of that, we stay global. And with that being said, I just wanted to turn it over to my people in the chat right now. If you in the chat again, shout your country out. I'll get to you in a second. Let's see who we got rocking with us tonight. First of all, we got Romania in the building. Stanford, Connecticut. Big Sean in Stanford. I see you, baby, all the time, every day. Belgium, Phoenix, USA, New York, Switzerland, Belgium 2 times. What's up? Texas, Cambodia, Scotland, Poland, France, Gilbert, Arizona, Cambodia. Oh, we got 2 Cambodias. Was that same one? Carl, Big Carl, holding it down for Cambodia. Strong. London, right? USA, Netherlands, Tokyo, Japan, baby, Miami, Romania, Lebanon, Netherlands, Romania, USA in the hood. I hear you, El Sereno. I ain't too removed myself. Cambodia, India, Mars, Tampa. This is what we do, man. We are global. We keep this thing positive. We make this money. We keep it in the family, and we get paid. That's how we do it. That's all that matters. Because the more money people have, the less they have to argue and bicker and fuss and fight over stuff that don't even matter. The more we can actually enjoy our time here on this earth as humans with dignity and respect and class, right? Let's actually start to care about each other. Let's not fight and crawl, crab at each other over who got what. Let's actually take some time to just walk around. Just, go to the park on a Sunday and know your bills is paid. That's a very good feeling. That's a very good feeling. Right? Your money in the building. What's up? Cambodia, Mexico City, Netherlands, Cali, Manchester, Singapore. That's it. That's all I got, baby. It's that time of the day, no matter where you stay, from Brazil to the Bay in California. Good night, good morning, and good day. Y'all take it easy. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Until we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.